Good morning, sports fans. Is anyone feeling peckish? It's time for a parkrun sandwich. Right, it's a long run day, so I've got 18 kilometres on the plan today. I've driven as far as Tibshelf, and now I've got an almost 5 kilometre run to Brierley Forest. Then I'll do the parkrun, run back this way, so it might be just less than the 18k I've got on the plan, but I'll be putting some effort in on that 5k in the middle. So it'll be nice to do Brierley Forest for the first time. It's only my second ever parkrun, so I've given myself plenty of time to run over there. I don't know if you have to attend the first timers briefing, but I think that's 8:45 usually, so I'll aim for that, see how I get on. Run to parkrun complete. Took me about 27 minutes to get here. It's freezing when I set off. It was about 4 degrees Celsius, so I was worried that I might have needed gloves or something, but after that run I'm feeling okay. Hopefully it's not too long till the start now. I think the first timers briefing should start in a few minutes, so I'll try and keep warm until then and get ready to go. So here we go then, we got the 3, 2, 1 countdown. Not quite sure where the actual start line was. I was advised by someone I spoke to before, someone had done this 140 times apparently, that if I was doing a faster time, I wanted to make my way towards where it starts, to make sure I didn't get caught up in the crowds, because these paths are quite narrow, most of the way round, but particularly this first bit. And I said I wasn't sure if I was going for a fast time, and he said, well, anything under 25 minutes. So I thought, well, yeah, that's definitely me then. My PB in 5k is the 22:08 that I did at the No Walk in the Park in Chesterfield a couple of months back. And this morning I decided to be bold and go for a PB. Had no idea how difficult this course was going to be at Brierley Forest, so I set up a pace plan on my watch, and this time, rather than building into it, I was going for even splits across the run, and I set it for a 4:20 per kilometre pace, which would have given me a 21:40. I believe that was optimistic, but I thought, well, let's go for that, see how close I can stick to that pace as I go around the course, and then yeah, see what happens. Shoot for the stars, all that. So yeah, in this first bit it was really narrow. I was not really looking at the pace of my watch, I was just trying to go with the flow and find a space really. The guy who set us off at the beginning, the run director, he said they had a rule where you had to say good morning to each of the marshals on the way round on the first lap, and it's a 2-lapped course, and you then have to say thank you, Marshal, to all of them on the second lap. And me being me, I do have this tendency to stick to rules and instructions I've been given, so you may notice me saying good morning a lot on the first couple of kilometres, and then thank you a bit later on. Yeah, so there we go. So just getting into the flow now, I've got a bit of a space opening up. There is that guy there in the black top with the with the green stripe on that says vegan runners on it. He was running strong and staying ahead of me for quite a bit on this first section. You can hear my breathing. I was definitely going at a pace that was moderately uncomfortable. Obviously aiming for a PB, that's always going to be the case. The way this course goes with the undulations is it's quite a lot of gentle uphills, 1 or 2 steeper downhills, so yeah, it's not really a hilly course. Maybe 50 odd meters of elevation gain total, even less than that, I can't quite recall, but yeah, it's not too bad really. That lady in orange featured a lot in my race, she was running at roughly the pace I wanted to go, so she was effectively being my pacer for some sections of it without realising it. I think I had the camera angle set a little bit lower than ideal, so apologies if people's heads are cut off in a lot of these views here. There's the vegan runners guy. He was another one going at the pace I wanted to be at in this early section. It looks like I'm trying to squeeze past him now. Not all of my overtakes managed to stick, but most of them did. Yeah, lots of noise coming from the people I've just gone past, but yeah, I think I've realised it's not just people gasping because they've been overtaken by me. Like I said in my 10k race video, it's just these are noises people make as they're pushing hard on a race. So yeah, it's just I can't hear them till I get alongside or past them. So here we are, almost back at the cafe area where you're very close to when everything starts, so we have to cut around the back of the cafe to get back to where we started and start the second lap. Various different types of path. You've got the tarmac sections, the flat gravelly sections, and some kind of bark as you go through forests with leaves covering sections of it as well. Really nice day for it, despite being quite fresh to start off with. 4 or 5, maybe went up to 6 degrees while I was over here. You can see, struggling to keep up with the lady in orange. Yeah, she was having a great run. I think I'm just trying to get past her here, but she's definitely one of those who I had to overtake more than once if I wanted to stay ahead of her, because she was yeah, really pushing it. My breathing is way up there now. The guy who gave the first time briefing, Jeff, he was saying they'd unfortunately had a break-in, and a lot of the the bright yellow signs that they have around the place to show you where to go and so on been taken. So he had this kind of substitute first timers briefing card that was a lot smaller than usual, and he says the normal one he has, he flips it over and he can show you the route on the back of the card, but unfortunately this morning he didn't have that, so he was just saying there'll always be someone in front of you to follow or someone behind you chasing you unless you're doing a sub 16 minutes. I strangely found myself by myself on some sections of the course. I'd just find myself on an open section and just not be within sight of anybody else, but you couldn't get lost on this course. The marshals were perfectly positioned and easy to spot, and there were arrows where you needed them, so yeah, even I couldn't get lost on this one. So it looks at this stage like we're going past the tail walkers. I think the lady in the orange top is well behind me now, and this lady with the dark colours on was kind of my next target, if you like, as we're getting closer towards the end of the race. So having gone past her, not really anyone in front of me at this stage. I'm just hoping that it is as easy to navigate as I was expecting. And of course it was nice and easy.
Thank you.
Thank you on this lap. There we go. Getting close to the end, going past some of the people nearer the back of the group now. And I don't quite know where the finish is because of course it's not set up and you don't see it from where you start, so just hoping that it's easily spotted as we get towards the end.
Thanks, mate.
I've been looking at my watch to let me know how close I was to the 4:20 pace that I was targeting. Some sections I fell behind, some sections managed to creep slightly ahead. There's the fisherman at the lake. So I wasn't quite sure whether I was going to get close to my target or not. It felt hard in places, and my watch doesn't correspond exactly to the course. I was told, again, I think it was the guy chatting who'd done it 140 times, that said they're using the winter course today, which is slightly longer, which was a bit of a concern. I thought, what, a 5k race that's longer than 5k? So I think in the end my watch was telling me I'd done 5.07 kilometers when the race finished, so maybe there was truth in what I was told at the beginning there, and it was slightly longer because of this winter course, which was avoiding a section where there were lots of sticks and twigs to trip over, I think he said. And here we are at the finish funnel. Wow.
Thank you very much.
Really enjoyed that. Perfect weather for it in the end. Once I'd got warmed up, I stayed warmed up. Got my little printed barcode there that I've only used once before.
Well done, everyone. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Scanned in an instant. There's one of the chaps I saw at the
Right
start.
guys, that's it. Brierley Forest Parkrun done for the first time. My time on my watch said 21:53. My 5k personal best is a 22:08 that I did on my first 5k race in Chesterfield recently, so fairly sure I've just set a new 5k personal best. I'll find out what the official parkrun time is a bit later on. Now I've just got to jog nearly 5k back to the car and I'm done for the morning.